Hi, I'm Susan Lenart Jewelry. I have been a jeweler for 27 years. I am really wanting to train you and help you move into a space where you can find your own work and dig into who you are. My style and my philosophy of jewelry, it's a little bit different than what's normally out there. I call myself the right brain silversmith because I come at this as a trained artist rather than a silversmith. I studied at the Art Institute of Chicago and I finished up my degree at Southern Illinois University. Really at the core of my studies were talisman. I love different cultures and what they're about and how people wore beads and how they wore their adornment. And way back in time, it's so interesting way back to find out how these pieces were forged and how these talisman and relics were put together and how people carried around their pieces that inspired them and enlightened them and brought in abundance for them, in talisman. So anytime I'm wearing these pieces with me, if I get a glance at this power and strength, it's giving me a subliminal hit, of power and strength that I can bring into my life. So my work really, and the work that I teach, is all about really getting into your core and finding out who you are and what qualities you want to bring into your life. And then, just in really building these, whether it's in fiber, whether it's in objects, I grew up playing poker with my dad, and actually one of my earlier pieces that ended up doing a museum tour through the New York Institute of Art, the Smithsonian, Renwick. It had 52 playing cards on it, tiny. My dad smoked a cigar, but the cigar didn't fit onto this piece, so I actually ended up being able to bezel some cigarette butts. I actually even cut up a $100 bill and bezeled it in there and kept it on the piece because the whole piece was about a poker game. And when you ran out of money, you could take apart that charm, tape it together, and you're back in the game. The pieces originally that I built were not only adornment, but really brought me a lot of joy to look at. I'm actually trying to build work as an expression. So that's my intention. The few things that I'd like for you to really understand when you get into the alchemy of soldering is, number one, to embrace your mistakes, to love your mistakes, to wait for yourself to learn. If it's, flowing different directions, you just take your cues and you learn, hey, I need to heat up this piece more. I need to heat that up more. Number two, you really want to really understand this low setup, the tools, why this type of butane torch, why this type of setup. I want to be able to go in the middle of Morocco, carry my 2 Ziploc bags of a whole silver smithing setup and be able to do my work, in the middle of nowhere. Number three, you want to really take care of your body while you're working, and I'm going to show you some tips on doing that, just on holding your body straight. I've been a jeweler and an artist for 27 years, and I still want to be able to show up, get into my studio, not be allergic to my medium, and have my body comfortable when I'm forging, when I'm soldering, when I'm building. Number four, I want to teach you how to go deep into your own understanding of who you are. I've written a few educational books. I've met incredible people through my lifetime, and I have learned a lot about teaching through this long, long history. When someone comes into my space who is a doctor or, whatever your profession that you chose, you take what you did and you pull this all together. You're a caretaker. Maybe you've traveled. You think deeply about other people. Maybe let's see what you're drawn to, what shapes, what colors, The fifth thing that I want you to do is observe really your world around you, which is exactly what I'm saying now. Observe what you have in your garage, what you have in your junk drawers, what you have in your studio, yes, but also, the type of clothing that you wear. This is a whole philosophy. Through the intentional metalsmithing course, I really want to help you to learn as a jewelry designer. So yes, I am teaching you techniques on assembly, on wire, on bezel setting, on box forms, on hollow forms, on caging, on, just prongs and all different types of settings through this. And you're going to follow this course and, you can build the exact pieces. But then there's a point at the end where I will be calling you in to find your own authenticity, to be able to use this palette of techniques. And in that place, at the end of all of this, you will be able to find your own voice, put your own authentic work forward, and have success in your life. So I hope you like Alchemy of Soldering. That's just the beginning. Please join me in intentional metalsmithing. It'll be, really about finding yourself. So thank you.